The Monday, January 24th, 2022 regular council meeting of the Paris City Council is hereby called to order at 5:30 p.m. For the purpose of this meeting, there is a quorum of the council present. Mr. Gene Anderson will deliver the invocation, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Mayor Pro Tem Hughes. Please rise.
May we pray? Heavenly Father, we are so thankful for your blessings upon our city and our nation, Father, in these troublesome times. And we just pray, Father, that you would guide and direct our leaders, Father, on the national, state, and local level. Help them to know and to do the right thing. And, Father, prevent us from accidentally doing the wrong thing. We pray for those who are sick and afflicted among us, Father. So many are in the hospital and have been for a long time. We just pray your blessings upon them, that you would lift them up. Guide us and direct us tonight, for we ask it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 4 is the Citizens Forum. Persons desiring to address the council must limit their presentation to no more than 2 minutes unless an item is posted on the agenda. The Texas Open Meeting Act prohibits the council from responding to any comments other than to refer the matter to a future agenda, to an existing policy, or to a staff person with specific factual information. Claims against the city council members or employees, as well as individual personal appeals, are not appropriate for Citizens Forum. If necessary, the City Council may convene into executive session under Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code regarding any item on this agenda. The public forum is now open. If there's anyone who wishes to address the council, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. Okay. The Citizens Forum is now closed.
So just call for a consent agenda.
Oh, okay. The item number 5 is the consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are approved by a single action of the council, with such approval applicable to all items appearing on the consent agenda. A council member may request any item to be removed from the consent agenda and considered as a separate item. Anyone wish to pull an item? All right. I'll hear a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
A motion and a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved that the consent agenda be approved as is. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. Motion carries 4-0. Item number 18, discuss, conduct a public hearing, and act on an ordinance approving the order adopting a redistricting plan for the city of Paris. Staff, do you have a presentation, please?
Yes, City Council. This is should be our final step in the process. We started this back in December with some special meetings to start the redistricting process following U.S. Census. We worked with our legal counsel, Bob Bass, to review, pursuant to the voting laws, the civil rights laws, all applicable laws for voting. And given we did have, after the census, we did have a jumps in numbers across districts, it was required in the law for us to redistrict in order to even out the districts population-wise. And so the goal tonight, and we have set a district boundaries. The map is on the wall over there. So tonight is to do a public hearing and then approve an ordinance. And with that, if that's approved, that will be the last step of the process. It will go to the county election administrator for voting for the May election. So.
Thank you, Mr. Path. I will now open the public hearing and ask that anyone who wishes to come forward and speak in support or opposition of this item, please state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, the public hearing is now closed. Any discussion, council? All right, I will hear a motion.
I move that we approve the order adopting a redistricting plan for the city of Paris.
Thank you, Mr. Pankaj. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say no. Motion carries 4-0. Item number 19, discuss 2021 Charter Review Commission report, possibly make amendments and provide direction to staff. Ms. Harris?
Good evening. You'll recall that at the meeting 2 weeks ago, I believe it was, we went through the entire Charter Commission review report, and you were in a consensus that almost everything was what you wanted to submit to the voters, and you had a couple of changes in a couple of sections. I'll just go over those with you fairly quickly. Section 16 in the charter had amendments relating to mayor at large. We have, since all those amendments had to do with mayor at large, there won't be a ballot issue on section 16. Section 17, qualifications, all the amendments regarding mayor at large have been removed. And then we added an attendance requirement. And the way I drafted that is, furthermore, a member of the council shall immediately forfeit his or her office if he or she fails to attend at least 75% of meetings in any year of his or her term of office unless otherwise excused by the remaining members of the council, with a year being measured from the first meeting in May to the last meeting in April. That's what I understood the amendment you wanted to make. Mr. Akers had a couple of questions, and they're good questions. Does that attendance requirement apply to all meetings, including special meetings, or just regularly scheduled meetings? What do y'all think about that?
I mean, I would think that would just be regular meetings, just simply because, those are set in stone, right? But our special meetings are kind of more off end, one-off situations, so.
I agree.
I agree. Ms. Knox, any input? Okay, all
But
right.
how are you going to figure that? That's the thing that stuck me. Let's say, okay, so there's, say, 24 let's say 22 meetings a year. Okay, so 75% of that, and when you miss, so, you figure that, and then, when you miss the magic number, that's the 25%, then that's it? You're gone?
I
Or do you
believe
wait a
that's.
whole year? how does that work?
It says that a member of council shall immediately forfeit his or her office if he or she fails to attend at least 75% of the meetings. So I would think that is true. You would probably want to come back at the next council meeting and, make a finding of that. And if there's just one vacancy, then what you would do is appoint a successor of yourselves. It wouldn't go to an election.
And I would think, because the next section says whether or not the council member must obtain an excuse prior to an absence. I wouldn't think that would need to be the case, but I think if a council member, say, missed 2 or 3 meetings in a row, they would submit, a reason. If you've had surgery or a family member's had serious surgery, there are work commitments sometimes to be out of town. I think that would just be taken into account, and after the fact, they could be excused if there was a good reason.
So I guess showing responsibility and delineating between, a responsible reason as to why you would have been absent, whereas someone else would have just missed after even calling, hey, where are you?
The way I foresee that working is that the person who is absent, who is seeking an excuse, would, apply for an excused absence from the council. And that will require full council action at the next meeting. So, that'll be a vote on the excuse, so.
All right. Any more discussion?
I guess, would that be brought up in the form of an
an agenda item from someone off council, or would that be from the staff, or?
Well,
I'm trying to play it out in my head.
right, it could come from either source.
Okay, just so that it's
If
brought
one
up.
of you is more diligent in counting absences than one of us is, certainly put that on the agenda. We'll try to keep up with it. Section 19, all proposed amendments related to mayor at large, so there won't be a ballot issue on section 19. Section 149 was the other section that you wanted amended. I've put in I've just broken it into two paragraphs. And the second paragraph talks about constituting the commission. That's kind of long. If y'all have got it in front of you, I don't think I'll read it to you. We do have a couple of issues that I wanted to give you some options on. One is how the alternates are selected. You could either do it by nomination and vote, or you could have the mayor and mayor pro tem go ahead and appoint the alternates at the same time they're appointing the 15th member. That's just up to you.
That's the way we did it this time.
Well, I think we want to go ahead and vote on each item after you've
Oh, okay, I'm
presented
sorry.
it to us and we've discussed it. Then we won't have to try to remember what you said,
All
okay?
right. Well, I will go back. Okay, well, section 16, we're taking that off the table.
Yes,
So you want to vote on that one, or just the two that you make changes to?
I don't have that we need to take it.
Okay. On the,
Ms. Ellis, do we need to vote on that?
well, it's a change to the charter amendment, of the charter commission's report. So, it's got, you're doing this, you're editing that just like you're editing the other provisions to add or delete language. So I would suggest you vote on, if you're going to vote on the other two, that you go ahead and vote on these as well.
Does there have to be, because there's only 4 of us, I was just curious based off of how we needed to run this. Did we have to have all 4 of us agree on it, or
5.
Majority vote.
majority? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Then the first one would be approving, I guess it would, I'm trying to put this in positive language, delete any changes to section 16.
Well, we voted on this at the last council meeting, and am I correct, Ms. Ellis?
I don't have the minutes in front of me, I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and discuss item 16, to do mayor at large or not. Any discussion? All right, no discussion. All those in favor of doing away with that provision of the Charter Review Commission, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed?
Maybe we voted on that.
Huh?
We voted last.
I know we did. Motion carries 4-0. All right,
Number 17,
yes.
the only difference, because based on our discussion just now, I just added the word, it shall attend at least 70% of regular meetings.
Yes, that's what we discussed. And
So,
an excuse
it-
is not necessary prior to the absence.
Correct, and there's really no reason to do that, to make any language changes, because it says absent, a excuse by the council.
All
So
right,
that covers it either way.
all right, I'm open for discussion.
Discussion.
All right, I'll hear a motion.
I move that we approve the language as presented.
Thank you, and a second.
Second.
All right, all those in favor of 75% attendance requirement for council members, and they do not have to obtain an excuse prior to their absence. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those no. Motion carries 4-0. All right, next is section 149, Ms. Harris?
Correct. So, there are a couple of options on how you select your two alternates. One is for you to take nominations and vote on them. The other option, since the mayor and mayor pro tem are appointing the 15th member together, to allow them to appoint the two alternates. It's just 6 of one or half a dozen of the other to me. It's just whatever your preference is.
All right, any discussion?
Kind of like how we did it this time around. I mean,
Yes.
just having kind of an at-large, nomination, and then we vote on it, or however. I have no problem with that at all. So I guess the first option,
That's what you prefer?
yeah, I'm in favor of the first option.
Okay.
All right,
Is that kind of everybody's thoughts?
Yes.
all right. Any further discussion? I'll hear a motion.
I move that we go with the first option presented by Ms. Harris.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. All right, motion carries 4-0.
The other
The
item,
scheduling item.
right, is who's going to pick the time and place for the meetings, because we did have some issues. I think if the meetings had been maybe at 6, we'd had better attendance. It occurred to me, if you just leave it to the first meeting where they're constituted for the first time and hey, everybody pick a meeting, that makes it, if it's something that, well, if I'd known this before, I never would have accepted the appointment. So I would suggest, but it's up to you again, is that you set a tentative time and date for the meetings, but that could be subject to the groups changing that as a body. But it would give somebody an idea of whether or not they can commit to the endeavor.
That's a good point.
Any discussion? I think it's very important that we do something to try to help attendance before the next one.
Yes, I think we should allow the Charter Commission to set their schedule.
I agree. Any other discussion? All right. Those in favor of the commission determining their meeting dates and times after the first initial meeting. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say no. It carries 4-0. Number 3, criteria for commissioners. Ms. Harris?
The criteria, and what we sent you on Friday was to add that they have to be a registered voter. If you will look up to the first full sentence in green, said Charter Review Commission shall comprise 15 members and 2 alternates who are registered voters of the city. It's already in there. So I would take out the sentence that I put in on Friday because we don't want to repeat ourselves. But they have to be registered voters. The chair will be appointed by the city council. Each member of the council would appoint 2 members with the mayor and mayor pro tem to appoint the 15th member. Current and former council members and current and former city employees are not eligible to be appointed to the commission. Each commission member shall be required to attend at least 75% of the commission's meetings.
And just to confirm, would that be the district, would that be the council members' district that they would be choosing out of, or would that be at large out of the entire
I don't
city?
have that in there, but if that's what you want, that's easy enough to fix. If you want them to be members of your district.
I know that was kind of a confusing point for me this year is, well, do I need to pick 2 from my district, or should I pick? And then later it was clarified that, hey, you could pick within as long as they're registered voters within
Right.
the city.
Yeah, I think it needs to be that way, registered,
At
at
large.
large.
At
Yeah,
large.
yeah,
At large?
Yeah.
Yeah, registered voters at large, I think
Okay.
would
I
be
agree.
great.
Well, since there is no requirement that they be from the districts, there's no need to
I guess change the verbiage.
to specify that.
Gotcha. Perfect.
So in this section, what I've got is both option ones, is what I understand you to be saying to me tonight.
Yes.
And I don't think we've done, did we do a vote on the second option one? I don't remember.
Yes.
We did? Okay, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm getting short of memory.
Any other discussion?
And that's all the changes that you indicated you wanted 2 weeks ago.
All right. I'll hear a motion
So moved.
and a second.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Is there, a no? Motion carries 4-0. Ms. Ellis has, late-breaking news.
I mentioned to you all 2 weeks ago that we would be hard-pressed to get it on the May ballot. So we just now got the rewrites on the language from our first consultant. Our second consultant could not do this for several weeks, could not do the Spanish translation. In addition, with redistricting going on, I spoke to the county elections administrator last week and again this week, and there is just no way they can get it together. There's the redistrict going on, 254 counties. People are still trying to get ballots ready for the March primary. I asked her if it would be better if we, she said, postpone this till November, and she said, yes, because at this time, they can't give us an answer as if they can get everything ready with the redistricting going on. So with having said that, there's no action necessary tonight. We'll bring back the charter election amendments as we get closer to November, and we should have it all wrapped up in a big red bow for y'all to call the election then.
As a note, I know we were really pushing hard for this.
Yeah,
for
you
May,
asked about that.
But I think that at the end of the day, I believe it should be done the right way. And if there's time that's put in and effort that collectively as a community, we put in hard work to make sure that this is correct,
Yeah.
we take our time and do it correctly, as
Right.
opposed to getting it sped up. I think this is a good move overall.
I do too.
Absolutely. Staff has put in countless hours and doing the redistricting and the charter review in the same cycle has been very daunting.
And I would just add to what Mr. Punkage said, and you're 100% right. You don't want to run the risk that someone challenges your charter election and all the work that's been done based on some accidental irregularity in the election. So we want to get it all right and, like she says, wrapped up in a bow for you.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Item number 20, discuss and act on an ordinance authorizing the issuance of a solid waste collection permit to NetX Dumpster Rentals LLC. And this would require 5 votes.
Yes, ma'am.
So do we table this?
Or we could just continue it or postpone it to the next meeting.
Continue to the next meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 21, discuss and act on an ordinance amending section 6.02.001, composition of chapter 6, fire prevention and protection of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Paris, Texas. Staff, welcome, Chief.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and members of council. Tonight, we're bringing before you a request to add one additional person to the fire department roster. The fire marshal's office is currently staffed by one person, Chief Cruz, who is responsible for everything related to fire prevention, plans review, fire inspections, and fire investigations. We're asking for an additional firefighter in this office in order to satisfy the ever-increasing workload and to meet the needs of development. We've used contract inspectors over the last several years, but we believe that the demands of the office are always increasing and that these justify the additional full-time position. This is not only going to allow us to better handle the workload, but it'll also allow us to have redundancy in the fire marshal's office so that work can continue in cases of illness, out-of-town training, and et cetera. We're asking that this position be created with the rank of captain. Under Texas Civil Service law, a firefighter is not eligible to hold a captain's rank unless they have at least 4 years of service within the department. And we believe that this is the least amount of experience necessary to satisfactorily perform this job. A firefighter, once he's had 4 to 5 years worth of experience, he's already seen the benefits of fire prevention and fire safety, not to mention the devastating effects that happen when things are done improperly. So it really gives him a feel for the job. The rank would also give this new position supervisory authority over other firefighters who may be enlisted to help him periodically in performing those duties. The initial cost to implement this addition will be absorbed in the current approved budget. Future budgets will have the new position added to them. And I'll be happy to answer any questions for you.
I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
Chief, do you have somebody on staff that can fill this position, or are you gonna have to hire somebody outside to be the assistant fire
Well,
chief? Or-
with us creating this as a promotion position,
Okay.
as a captain's position, it will have to come from within the department.
Oh, good,
And
okay.
it will be an additional position because I have to have, the same number of firefighters on my fire engines out there. So it'll be an additional position within the department,
I
but it
gotcha.
will be somebody from within the department, hopefully.
Good, okay, thank you.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
then you hired that person, is that going to avoid another position, or are you going to elevate someone else in that position?
Yes, sir. If a current captain chooses not to accept this position, then it will be opened up to driver engineers to test for the position of captain. And as they move up, we would hire another firefighter to fill from the bottom. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chief.
So would it be like a shared title of captain / like assistant fire marshal? Is that kind of?
Yes, sir. His rank would be captain, but his assignment
Would be.
per se would be assistant fire marshal, such as Chief Cruz. Chief Cruz is a deputy chief within our department. His assignment is as the fire marshal for the city of Paris.
Fantastic. And I guess the main roles would be to aid in any ongoings of the office of the fire marshal, correct?
Absolutely, yes, sir. It is to create total redundancy as well as help him work through the log of new projects and everything that are coming in.
And just for the record, one question that I have, because I hear a lot from the constituents saying, hey, there's not a lot going on in our community. There's not a lot of development. I would assume that this would be coming because you've got a lot of projects on your hands and there is development and
Yes,
growth
sir.
within our community. Is that correct?
That is correct,
Okay.
yes, sir.
So for the record, I wanted to make sure we could set a positive tone there.
That is absolutely correct. As I said, we've used contract inspectors over the last several years, and that's a lot of money that's gone to those contractors. And while they've done a really good job for us, that's someone that's not here every day, 8 to 5, who's not here to back him up when he's out of town or when he happens to be off sick. So we're looking to fill that position and create total redundancy.
Any further questions? All right. I'll hear a motion to act on the ordinance amending section 6.02.001.
So move.
A motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say no. Motion carries 4-0. Chief, we've missed you at our meetings.
Well,
Don't
thank
be
you
a
very much.
stranger.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Congratulations. Item number 22, discuss and act on an interlocal agreement between the City of Paris and the Paris Independent School District, Paris Junior College, and Lamar County as authorized by Texas Tax Code Section 34.051, consenting in advance to the resale of tax foreclosed properties to persons and entities for the purpose of developing affordable housing in accordance with the City of Paris 5-in-5 Housing Infill Development Program. Mr. Path?
Very long agenda item here, but it's an exciting next development in this very exciting program here. As you recall, at your last council meeting, we approved a resolution to kickstart the 5-in-5 Housing Infill Development Program. Again, I use the word exciting a lot here, but it's a very exciting program. We're looking to start moving the needle here to start getting some housing developed in our infill within the city limits here. So, an idea that came up that led to this is one of our incentives is the low-cost sale of properties that are there are trustee properties that have been foreclosed and struck off to the city. And typically, whenever a person goes to buy one of those properties, they have to go to the city council, go to the county commissioners, go to the PJC board, and then go to the PISD board. That can take months to go through the whole process, but we want to try to find a way to streamline that so you go to one location, get approved, and then you can start developing and go from there. So it cut off weeks, if not months, of the process here. So working with our delinquent tax attorney, Tracy Pounders, who's here tonight with us, as well as Andrew Mack, Rob Vine, and myself, and Stephanie Harris, we have developed an interlocal agreement here that's going to all 4 boards today. Lamar County Commissioners have already approved it this morning. PISD actually just approved it a few minutes ago. That's where Rob and Andrew were at just a minute ago presenting there. PJC meets tonight at 7. But in short, what this does is if we have properties that are in trustee status and the developer wants to buy it, they can come to us. We can do a low-cost sale, $1 or more, and then that gives, with the consent of the other 3 entities, it gives us approval to go ahead and get it done then and there. So now one requirement in state law is that the property has to have 6 or more years of delinquent taxes on there. It cannot be a 1-year, 2-year. We have to see a chronic history of delinquent taxes on the property before we can do this. So if a property comes forward and it has 3 years, they have to then go to the council, PJC, PISD, and commissioners. We can't stop that, but at least for those who are 6 years or more, like Mr. McKinney from last week, he can now get started. And so with this, we recommend approval tonight, and if PJC approves it later tonight, we will have all 4 boards done today.
Great.
Good news. Any discussion?
I just had one question for clarification. So I know that these 4 entities, and correct me if I'm wrong in my understanding of this, these 4 entities are approving to have this low-cost sale, correct?
Yeah, yes. If the criteria is met and at 6 years or more, and also if it meets our 5 and 5 program criteria, then yes, they are giving the upfront approval. Okay, yes, city, you can now go forward and sell the property for the $1 or so and get it done.
So the question I guess I have that I was talking to someone about, and they had a question. So this is a great question to ask. In regards to the taxes that the individual that would be entrusted in this property now, what would the taxes they would be? What would they be paying? Would they have to pay the PISD taxes? I mean, are we working on that portion of it, or is that something that's already happened? I'm just curious.
Yeah, under the program right now, the 5 and 5 resolution, if you meet the criteria, you would get city taxes abated. We're working with the county commissioners to try to encourage them to consider abating county taxes. PISD is not allowed to do that under laws, I understand, and PJC has a policy that they do not give tax abatements. So currently under the program, you will get city tax abated. Hopefully in the next few weeks, you will also get county tax abated if they approve a similar resolution as we did.
Okay,
so right
good.
now, just the city taxes.
Just for understanding purposes, so city taxes abated, county taxes potentially could get abated,
Yes.
depending on that vote. PISD and PJC,
Still-
not really an option.
Still have to pay those, yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Okay,
if you
just
build.
wanted to clarify
Yeah, if you
on
build your structure, your house on it, you'll be paying PISD and PJC taxes for the period there.
Hey, this is a win program, I think.
Yeah.
This is a win-win for everyone.
Excellent. Any further questions or discussion?
I just have a comment again. I just have to commend you guys so much. You did a great job of bringing together lots of partners on this, and the collaborative nature of this project, I think, just speaks real volumes on where Paris is going to be going in the near future.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just, congratulations.
Yeah, I give all my credit to Andrew and his staff. They've done an outstanding job.
Andrew, congratulations.
Being the brainchild of all this and getting it put together. Been a lot of coordination. It's been great. So, and thank you all for your individual input as well. We know Andrew's met with I think most all the council members in one-on-one, and thank you all for working with us and getting a great program put together.
Thank you. No more discussion. I'll call for a motion.
I move that we approve the interlocal agreement with the Paris Independent School District, Paris Junior College, and Lamar County for the low-cost sale of tax foreclosed properties and authorize the city manager to sign the agreement.
Excellent. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, say no. Motion carries 4-0. Item number 23, consider and approve future events for city council and/or city staff pursuant to resolution number 2004-081. Does anyone have anything? I'll hear a motion and a second for adjournment.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.